I turned 63 this year. And I realized that aging is really weird. I want to share some of the odd things about aging that I've been noticing happening to my mind and my body. My name is Eva. This is Real Life Over 60. And today I want to share a few things that I've noticed happening to me ever since I turned 60 that I just find are truly different. I think you're going to be able to relate to some of these unusual and strange experiences. Maybe you have some odd things of your own that have been happening to you since you turned 60. I would love to hear what those are. You can drop those down in the comments below. So the first thing I want to say is that when I turned 60, I was actually kind of depressed. I thought, oh no, it's all downhill from here. Like the rest of my life is going to suck really bad. And I felt like that for probably 61 and 62. Around my 62nd year, I thought, you know what? You're in your 60s. Eva, smarten up, get a grip, and let's keep enjoying life. Let's just go live life to the fullest. So once I snapped out of that depression, I started really enjoying my 60s because the first 2 years, let me tell you, they were really hard for me. Now, let's get into some of the things that I've noticed. The truly unexpected things that are happening to me ever since I turned 60. 1. The hard to swallow truth about hair. One of the very first and hardest things for me to swallow was the fact that I was losing my hair. Like, I have a receding hairline. I'm a former hairstylist, so hair is everything to me still to this day. And when I noticed that, and it was just very gradual, I thought, where the hell is my hair going? It kind of made me sad. But there isn't anything really I can do about that. So I'm doing like a female comb over now. I straightened my hair today because I had to give myself a haircut. If you are new to my channel, my hair is naturally curly. And it's just this big mess of curls. For those of you who follow me regularly, you can see my hair is straight. So I do this female comb over thing. It's quite attractive and it hides this crazy bald spot. And I know that men obviously lose their hair and have thinning hair and receding hairlines and men go bald. But I was really shocked at the speed in which this happened to me. It happens to women too. And you hear women who have thinning hair. And I always thought, oh, you know, I feel so bad and I'm so sorry for you. Now it's happening to me. And this was probably like the worst thing that could happen to me. I don't care if my face falls. I don't care if my boobs sag down to my belly button. I don't care about any of that. I care about my hair. That's one of the different things that started happening to me. And my comb overs are very, very, very authentic and very attractive. 2. The crazy back pain. Another thing that started happening was, I'm generally a very healthy, strong woman. I've been in and out of the gym ever since I was like 18 years old. If you remember the 20-minute workout girls, I mean, me and my sister used to do those every day. I have been focused on health and wellness practically my entire life. So I started having really bad back pains. And this just happened this year in my 62nd year. They just progressively got worse. And I didn't know what they were. I thought, do I have kidney stones? Like what's going on? Is it my kidneys? Do I have a bladder infection? Do I have a UTI? I don't know what's happening. This is ridiculous. So I went through a battery of tests. And the final result is that I think it's a spinal issue and I have to have an MRI. But I never expected this crazy back pain. This was chronic back pain. And this is different for me. For a woman who's been strong her entire life, always healthy, and always working out. I was in bodybuilding when I was in my 40s. Maybe that's why my spine is messed up. I lifted heavy for so long and I worked on my feet for 25 years as a hairdresser. And I have really poor posture. And I think my spine and my back just finally said, hey, we're done. So that was a weird thing that happened to me because now the pain. Like when I get out of bed, it hurts. Or when I bend over. I can do very minimal yard work now. And this just happened all this year. I have to be really careful with what I do. But I'm realizing now that there are things that I can do to help reduce the pain to almost being gone. I mean, it's still kind of there. But it used to have me doubled over. Like could barely walk kind of pain. So now I just watch my diet. And here's some good tips for you. If you have pain and inflammation in your joints, diet plays a huge role in that. Watch your diet. I started doing yoga, and that's made a huge difference. I do yoga in the morning, and I just do simple 10 to 15 minutes of strength, mobility, balance yoga, nothing crazy. I'm still doing beginner's yoga, and I use Sarah Beth Yoga on YouTube, and I do bedtime yoga, and that's really helped to decrease the pain. So if you have back pain, neck, shoulder, anything like that, look into yoga, look into changing your diet. That's enough. Now I'm just being preachy. But I just wanted to share that with you before I move on to the next weird thing. 3. The broken, give a shit, meter. Another really weird thing that happened to me after 60. And this probably happened to a lot of you guys a long time ago. Like maybe in your 30s or 40s. Some things just take me a little longer. I realized that I don't really give a shit about too much anymore. I mean, I don't really care. I don't care what you think about me. I don't care what I wear. I mean, I've gone to the corner store in my pajamas. Don't care. I've done videos in my pajamas. Don't care. I am who I am. I will wear what I want. There used to be a time when I lived in Canada. I wouldn't step out the door without makeup on. Makeup. I mean, foundation, eyeliner, mascara, blush, my eyeliner, my eyebrows. I wouldn't leave the house looking like that. Now, pajamas to the corner store. I don't care anymore. I don't dress to the nines anymore. I'm comfortable in the skin that I'm in. I am comfortable with my clothes. I don't go out the door looking to impress anybody. And I don't really care what people think about me anymore. And it took me over 60 years for that to happen. A truly liberating change that happens to you after 60 is that you just don't care. Your give a shit meter seems to have broken. There is this freedom, this liberation in that makes you almost. It's like a superpower. When I turned 60 and 61 were really hard years for me. I was really depressed. And then when I had this eye-opening realization that the 60s decade is kind of cool, I just felt so alive. And I felt so free to be unapologetically myself all the time. And that's a really wonderful feeling to be able to do that. 4. The body rejects junk food. Another really weird thing that I noticed after 60 is that we can't eat what we used to eat 10, 20, 30 years ago. You know, like all the junk food. Pizza, burgers, fries, pop, chocolate bars, blah, blah, blah. Because our bodies, the next day, they'll be like, whoa, hold up. And that's where all your pain and inflammation comes from. I still get zits when I eat shitty food. So we can't do that anymore. Well, I mean, I can't do that anymore. If you can still do that, kudos to you. You can't eat junk food because your body instantly flares up. Mine does. It instantly says no. That was a bad idea. My knees hurt. Sometimes my fingers and my wrists hurt. My hips hurt. Like, there's inflammation and pain in places where I'm like, oh, that's because I ate really crappy food last night. So you can't do that. So yeah, eating isn't like it used to be. That's another really weird thing that happened to me after 60. 5. Deeper compassion. I also found that after 60, I had a lot more compassion for people and animals. Obviously animals, because I do a lot of dog volunteering work here. But I found that I have a lot more compassion and empathy for people. It goes above and beyond where before I never used to. If I only have $5 to my name and somebody needs it, I will give them my $5, and I'll figure it out. If I need food or whatever, I'll figure it out later. But if somebody needs something more than I do, I will give them my last $5. I never used to be like that. I just find that I have a lot more kindness towards people. And that's a weird thing. It's weird because I think it's weird for a few reasons. Like, first of all, why did it take me so long to feel this compassion and kindness? Like, that's kind of weird. And it's weird because why am I feeling more compassion and more kindness towards people? I have no idea. 6. Reflecting on death. The last truly weird thing is that I wonder how I'm going to die or when I'm going to die. Or, am I going to just die in my house here by myself? Or am I going to get hit by something? I think about death a lot more. But not like in a negative way. I mean, death is reality. We're all going to die. So I'm not being depressing. I'm just telling you, this is one of the weird things that I think about after 60. And don't forget, these are the things that are happening to me. So don't be bashing me in the comments. These are my experiences and the things that are happening to me. So they're probably not happening to you. Maybe you have different experiences. I would love to hear yours. But share that down below in the comments. So yeah, death. I think about death. You know, when is it going to happen? How is it going to happen? Oh, I should get my will together. I just went to a meeting a few weeks ago about preparing for our death here because I'm an expat here in Panajachel, Guatemala. So I don't have any family here. I don't have an emergency contact here. I don't have anything like that here. So I need to get that kind of stuff together. I mean, I've never thought about that before in my life. So here I am, over 60, and I'm thinking about, oh, I need to get my ducks in a row and get my shit together for when I do die. Because it could be an accidental death. Anything could happen. I think about death. And I don't think I'm the only one because a lot of people in the over 60 thread on Reddit talk freely about death. Loneliness is another thing that we talk about. It's such a great open conversation about it. Now that I can speak freely about it and not worry about. You know, am I hurting anybody? Are people going to think I'm crazy? Because we're at that age. Well, I'm at that age. And many of us are at that age where we can speak about it. And it's okay to talk about that. Those are some of the weird things that I noticed that have been happening to me. That I've been experiencing after 60. I would love to hear about some of the weird things that you've been experiencing. Or maybe your life is absolutely perfect and wonderful. And there's no pains. I want to hear that too. Like drop down below. So anyway, that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Share. Comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts on aging and how you're feeling and all that kind of stuff. Don't forget to check out the links down below in the description box. And I'll catch y'all back here on the next video. Goodbye from beautiful Guatemala.